Anirudh, what is the viability of this second probe? Is it a violation of the Commissions Act? Inquiry of Commissions Act.
That you would have to ask a lawyer, but as far as I'm concerned, if there should be a free and impartial inquiry into this whole thing. And I hope that it is not politicized the way it has already been politicized, because at the end of the day, it is a criminal act. Each conversation in those tapes, 267 earlier, about 40 odd more later, is a criminal conversation. And I think we should pursue it as a criminal investigation, because as we know, there have been violations of the IT Act, the Indian Telegraph Act, etc.,
right,
etc. And I think we should also take it in a manner that a woman who's been surveilled, she's not charged, she's not a suspect in any case, she's not so what has prompted the police officers to do that, at whose behest, and who is responsible for it? I think it's a valid thing to get at the bottom of.
All right, we're going to try and get through to Meenakshi Lekhi. We're having an audio problem with Meenakshi Lekhi. But let's bring in at this point of time Kavita Srivastav, Secretary PUCL. She's also with us from Jaipur. Kavita, you know, after all, why is the BJP not getting so angry about this probe being set up? After all, we're talking about the invasion of privacy of a young woman here.
See, the BJP really holds double standards. When it comes to anybody else, they would have gone hammer and tongs. Now here, Modi bent every rule of the rule book. I mean, after all, the violation on the woman's right to privacy, her right to life and liberty, everything was set aside. And two states are involved. You have the Karnataka intelligence, you have the ATS of Gujarat and the state intelligence. So what we all want to know as citizens is actually how come there was so much misuse of state power. We want to understand that. So an independent commission is what we want. We don't want any politics, as the earlier speaker said. We want a judge who will independently look into it, because this kind of violation is not acceptable. Completely not. I mean, it's how can somebody just snoop on a woman for 2 months, you know, her family, where she's going, who she's meeting, you know, I mean, this is just completely violative of the Telegraph Act and a constitutional
But let's bring it, let's pose that question.
Want it or don't want it is unimportant.
All right, let's pose that question to Meenakshi Lekhi. We have her on the show at this point of time. Meenakshi, why? You know, Mr. P. Chidambaram also said that security is not provided by stalking and snooping on. Why is the BJP so opposed to this probe? Because after all, we are talking about the invasion of privacy of an individual here. Why is the BJP so opposed?
Ma'am, we have seen the aversion of the media along with the surrogates of the Congress party and the Congress itself, the manner in which they have been hunting down Mr. Narendra Modi, or at least attempting to do so for past 10 years, and the number of riots, etc., which have existed in the Congress-run states is for everyone to see, and nobody yet seems to be talking about it. We have seen the conduct of the Congress party, some of the surrogates, and the Modi crucifixion industry which is at work. It is in this context everything needs to be seen, and when the probe details will come out, you will see that the lady happens to be a victim of a very powerful person, and that powerful person is none other than a bureaucrat in the state, and those corrupt bureaucrats have the patronage of the Congress party, and because Congress is afraid of all those things coming out, that they are trying to attempt, or at least attempting at sabotaging that particular investigation. And it is in this context everything needs to be seen, and if you see the details, now these people are talking about privacy. Let me say 2 lines more. When you are talking about privacy of an individual, of course that privacy is important, but that individual whose privacy has been violated is not the complainant. A third party cannot claim right to privacy, and Article 21, that is what the law is. So far as Telegraph Act, etc. is concerned, this is a violation by those who happen to show it on the web page, and those who have chosen to name that very individual cannot take the charade of violating somebody's privacy, because they are the ones who are violating the privacy of the lady concerned, who's much married, having a happy family life. And coming to the NSA, that India is being snooped by the USA. US is snooping on India and the government
All right,
of India chooses to keep quiet when countries like Germany, Spain and France are opposing it.
Okay,
and
let's
much
bring in
smaller
Sanjay
countries
Jha.
are
He's joined
opposing
us
it.
at this
What
point
are
of
they
time.
trying? They are trying to
Let's
fool
quickly
around.
bring in Sanjay Jha. Sanjay, you know what Meenakshi is pretty much saying is that this is a witch hunt which is being carried out by Congress, which pretty much stands wiped out in 4 states in the recent past. It has nothing to do with anything else. The parents of the girl had given permission. They have no problem. Why is the Congress jumping to it?
Well, let me tell you, I think this is expected from the BJP. I mean, just because somebody wins an election or the BJP wins a couple of state elections doesn't mean the acts of crime or corruption, whether it's Narendra Modi or Amit Shah, should Amit Shah now be made into a national model of the most noble conduct in this country? I mean, there are cases and the cases have to carry on. And as far as this issue is concerned, somebody has access to the chief minister, manages to get the anti-terror squad to protect his daughter. Now, this gentleman who's the father of the woman is also going to decide what is going to be the legal standards in the country. Snooping is a very serious issue. And I think that
everybody's missing the larger picture here because it's coming into banter in terms of a political vendetta, a political witch hunt. Do you want to come in because there are larger things which need to be addressed?
I think
what is Congress to speak about that?
In Gujarat, and it's pretty obvious for the world to see.
Right, let Anirudh come in. Yeah.
The whole country.
1 second, Meenakshi, let Anirudh come.
I think the whole issue is being diluted by these political parties. Actually, we don't want to get into the dogfight of Congress, BJP. What has happened is clear that there has been a criminal act that has been committed over 2-3 months, whatever the case is. There are whole hundreds of conversations that have come out which reveal clearly that a particular Minister of State for Home, along with certain police officers, was involved in a conspiracy to surveil a particular woman. Now, that particular woman, whatever, and as far as the goes, I mean, this is standard Indian sort of scene that you always blame the messenger who comes out with the story. So we don't even sort of think that it sort of befits a sort of comment from us. And as far as Cobra Post is concerned, we never revealed the veil of the woman. Neither did we ever say. In fact, we changed the name of the woman to Madhuri, and in fact, it was the BJP's own president who brought in Modi in the conversation and said, Sahib, we said that there was certain Sahib involved, but we said we don't know who that Sahib is, and Mr. Amit Shah would better reveal who that Sahib is.
Let's bring in Javed Ansari very quickly here. Javed, you know, nowhere morally or legally can an adult woman's father give permission whether or not an individual needs to be stalked. Because right now, one of the main contentions of the
just let me correct your perception. Let me correct your perception.
Yes, come in,
if the father of a girl does not have the authority to order,
she's an adult woman, Miss Lekhi. She's an adult woman. She's an adult woman. Be it legally, be it morally, the father has absolutely no right over her, ma'am.
Okay. Father has nothing to do. What have you got to do with her? She cannot protect herself.
It's not a question of what have you got to do.
Jumping into it.
It's invasion of privacy. That's it.
You know, this is not.
It's morbid invasion of privacy, ma'am.
My point. This is not invasion
of
privacy.
Meenakshi ji, you're a lawyer. I'm surprised you're saying this. Can anybody?
Sir, I'm a parent.
Can I order that my son's phones be illegally tapped? Are you willing to say that proper permission was sought from relevant authorities before the phones were tapped?
Simply because you are saying they are illegally tapped, they don't get to be.
Okay, so are you saying that they were legally tapped if you had prior permission?
Meenakshi, it's not.
They are being tapped at the request.
Meenakshi, nobody has the moral authority.
There is no locus standi. Request.
It was not.
Right.
And the police, the commissioner of Ahmedabad, Mr. Saikia, is on record having said that there is no documentation to prove that permission was sought.
Meenakshi, Miss Lekhi, nobody has the moral right to ask for a probe or not. But
that somebody has written to Karnataka police.
Miss Lekhi, nobody is saying that we have a moral right to ask for a probe or not when her father's not asked. But if laws are being violated, if there is abject violation of somebody's privacy, those questions need to be addressed. The larger picture needs to be addressed, ma'am. That's all we are saying. That's all we are saying. There is nothing else.
My phone, journalist phones, all the phones are being tapped. What is the government stand on that?
I'm afraid we are running out of time here. Our producers are telling us we're completely out of time. Appreciate you, Miss Lekhi, for joining us at this point of time from the BJP. Sanjay Jha, thank you for talking to us. Kavita Srivastav from Jaipur, appreciate you joining us. Our National Affairs Editor, Javed Ansari and Anirudh Behel, thank you for coming to the show.